Hello friends, I'm Eric Hutchinson. I'm the principal broker and owner of Hutchinson Realty. Welcome to video 9 of my video series, How to Buy a Home in Northwest Arkansas. This is actually part 2 from my last video where we talked about home inspection and more specifically item 16A on the Arkansas real estate contract that allows for the buyer to buy a property in as-is condition. Now we don't normally recommend buying a property in as-is condition, and I will let you go back and watch the previous video to find out why. Today we're going to be talking about item 16B on the Arkansas real estate contract that allows the buyer to get a home inspection, and that is what we normally recommend, and that's what most buyers do before buying a property. Now, the property behind me looks very decrepit, doesn't it? And it's real easy to see that it needs a home inspection because there are lots of hidden things probably in that property. However, there are some homes like this property behind me where you might think it'd be okay to buy a property as is, but you don't know what's hiding behind the walls. We don't know if there's foundation problems. You haven't done any research on the neighborhood. There may be problems with the neighborhood. That's why we recommend using item 16B on the Arkansas real estate contract, and that's what we're talking about today. So let's get into the data, shall we? We're going to be looking at page 7 of the Arkansas real estate contract, and we're going to be looking at item 16B, which is what most realtors check for their buyers. Now there's 5 different paragraphs and they are lengthy, and I'm going to try to explain them in a short amount of time. So let's get into it. Let's zoom in here and let's look at the first paragraph. It's the largest paragraph, and it allows for the buyer to do a home inspection within 10 business days. Now, 10 business days is basically 2 weeks. It excludes weekends and holidays. So you've got 10 business days to do a home inspection. It says that the seller is going to have the utilities turned on to allow the buyer to do a home inspection on all things in the property and even the neighborhood, even the covenants and restrictions. But it does say here that the buyer cannot do any invasive home inspections, which means that you can't dig into the drywall. You can't dig up the yard. Home inspectors, however, have a lot of great tools, and they have things that can tell if there is anything hidden in the walls. This also says that the buyer does not expect the property to be in like new condition. This is a resale home contract that we're using, and so the buyer does not expect this property to be in like new condition. That normal wear and tear is normal. For instance, if a dishwasher makes a noise, a loud noise while it's washing the dishes, that's okay as long as it's functioning normally. So the buyer just needs things to function for the purpose for which they were intended. That's what this paragraph says. Let's move over to the next 3 paragraphs. The next paragraph talks about something that you don't want to do. This says, in the event that the buyer does not do a home inspection and present the inspection, repair, and survey addendum within the 10 business days allotted by this contract, that the buyer basically loses their right to do a home inspection and loses their right to do a final walkthrough. So this is a really important paragraph to take note of. So if you are the buyer, make sure that your realtor and you submit an inspection, repair, and survey addendum within the allotted 10 business day time period. Now, it also says if you do submit the inspection, repair, and survey addendum within the 10 business day time period, that you are allowed to do another inspection at the very end, right before you close. We call that the final walkthrough. So this paragraph, these 2 paragraphs right here that you're looking at, allow for you to do a final walkthrough. If you don't present the inspection, repair, and survey addendum within the 10 business days allotted, then you don't get to do a final walkthrough. You're basically buying the property in as-is condition. So it's really important that you do all inspections within that 10 business day time period. Now, it also says at the very last paragraph down at the bottom of the page, if the buyer closes on this property knowing that there are things wrong and they sign page 4 of the inspection, repair, and survey addendum, then they cannot come back and sue the seller for any problems that were wrong because they knew that there were problems wrongs and they went ahead and closed. So that's what these 3 paragraphs say. I hope that that makes things a little bit more clear and you can see the importance of doing a home inspection. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me at info@hutchrealty.com. So thanks again for watching my video. I hope things are going well for you. May God bless you and may God bless your home.